Over 80% of folks still pump to that magic 32 or 35 PSI they heard from a buddy or saw on a forum without ever glancing at the door jamb sticker. That one lazy habit is quietly chewing through tire life, spiking fuel costs, and turning good rubber into a safety risk. Stick with me today. I'm going to walk you through why 32 PSI is almost never close enough anymore, what the real numbers do to your car, and exactly how to fix it so you save money and stay safe. Hit that subscribe button if you want real, no BS car care that actually protects your ride and your wallet. Let's destroy the myths. Number 1. The dangerous myth of universal tire pressure. You pull up to the air pump and the guy next to you is topping off at 32 PSI. Sound familiar? Ask around. Most people say the same thing. I just do 32, maybe 35 if it's loaded. Almost nobody says, I checked my placard this morning. That's how a myth born in the 90s became a billion-dollar problem in premature wear, extra fuel burn, and crashes. Back then, yeah, lots of sedans ran 30 to 32 PSI cold, and it worked fine. But cars evolved. Today's vehicles are heavier, with bigger batteries, stronger frames, advanced suspensions, and tires engineered for lower rolling resistance. A 2024 Toyota Camry might call for 35 front, 33 rear, while a Subaru Forester hits 33 all around, and a loaded Honda CR-V jumps to 36 to 38. Those aren't random, they're from thousands of hours of testing for weight balance, braking, cornering, and heat. Your door jamb placard, driver's side, inside the door frame, is federal law. It's the Bible for your exact VIN. Ignore it and you're fighting physics. The engineers balanced everything there. You override it, you unbalance it. Simple question for you in the comments. What's the recommended cold PSI on your door jamb right now? Drop it below. I bet half of you have never looked. Number 2. How the wrong pressure destroys tires invisibly. Most think tire failure screams, vibration, noise, visible bulges. Nope. The silent killer is uneven wear that builds for 10,000 to 20,000 miles before you notice. Right pressure equals perfect contact patch. Tread touches evenly, heat spreads, wear is uniform across the whole surface. Drop 4 to 5 PSI under, shoulders dig in hard, center barely touches. Edges scrub and overheat every rotation. Rubber degrades fast. You'll see cupping or feathering on the shoulders while the middle still has tread. Tire shops call it underinflation wear, and guess what? No warranty coverage. You replace $800 tires at half life. Overinflate by the same amount? Center bulges out, riding on a skinny strip. Middle wears lightning fast. Edges look brand new. Worse, the tire turns stiff. Hit a pothole? No flex to absorb it. Shock slams straight to belts and sidewalls. Belts separate internally, invisible until boom. Real-world example, I've pulled apart blown tires where the driver swore they looked perfect. Inside, delamination from chronic overpressure. Bottom line, small deviations compound into big bills and big risks. Number 3, why your engineers know better than the internet. Internet says 35 for better mileage. Forums scream 32 is safe for everything. Nope, your placard is engineered data. Weight distribution, axle loads, suspension geometry, even tire compound matched to your rims. Front-wheel drive sedans, engine up front equals 55 to 60% weight forward, so many list 35 front, 33 rear. That extra 2 PSI equalizes load per square inch, keeps steering sharp, stops understeer. SUVs, more even weight, higher CG, often 35 to 38 all around for stability. Trucks, normal 35, towing 40 plus rear to handle tongue weight. When you slap 32 across the board, you're guessing against pros who crash tested prototypes. Subtle effects hide, 2 to 3% worse MPG, longer stops, twitchy handling in rain. You feel fine until the bill or the scare. Number 4, the cold tire pressure rule everyone ignores. Why does my pressure read different every time? Because you're checking hot tires and chasing ghosts. Rule: every 10 degrees Fahrenheit ambient change equals roughly 1 PSI shift. Driving heats tires way more, 50 degrees Fahrenheit plus rise inside. 32 cold becomes 36 to 38 hot, normal. Big mistake? Check after commute, see 37, bleed to 33, then cool overnight, drops to 29 to 30. You just underinflated yourself. Always check adjust cold, parked 3+ hours, ideally overnight. Morning garage reading is truth. If you must add air hot, slow leak, overshoot slightly, recheck cold next day. Never bleed hot tires to placard. Pro tip, keep a gauge in the glove box, check monthly. Your tires will thank you with even wear and better grip. Number 5, the TMS system you are accidentally sabotaging. TMS since 2008, great safety net, but useless if you skip the reset. You inflate to perfect cold PSI, drive off. System still thinks old baseline, say 29 to 30 from before. Slow leak drops 1 to 30, no light, because it thinks 29 is normal. Only warns at 25% below old baseline, way too late, you're already severely low. Reset procedure varies. Ignition on, menu, TMS relearn, drive 30+ miles per hour, 10 to 20 minutes. Some have a button under the dash. Owner's manual tells you to. Do it every major adjustment. Skip, you're driving with a sleeping watchdog. False security kills more than no system. Number 6, mixing front and rear specifications. Quick poll, do all 4 tires need identical PSI? If you said yes, you're in the majority and wrong for most cars. Physics, weight isn't even. Front-wheel drive cars, 60 to 65% weight forward. So many list 35 front, 33 rear. Those 2 PSI equalize contact patch despite load difference. Set all 35, rears overinflated, less rear grip, prone to fishtail in wet, faster center wear. SUVs, often even. Trucks, SUVs towing, higher rear for load. Some list light load versus max load tables. Check placard or manual, match it. Small differences, big safety gains. Number 7, the temperature swing nobody accounts for. 75° Fahrenheit fall check, 33 PSI, perfect. January 25 degrees Fahrenheit morning, 28 PSI. No leak, just 50 degrees Fahrenheit drop, stole 5 PSI. TMS lights flash first cold snap, driver's freak, 4 leaks, nope, physics. Reverse in spring, add for winter, forget, summer hits, 38 PSI, over. Fix, check, adjust with every big seasonal swing, plus or minus 20 to 30 degrees, monthly anyway. Fleet guys check daily, consumers should monthly plus before trips. Number 8, the spare tire everyone forgets. Flat happens, spare, flat too, common roadside call. Spare loses roughly 1 PSI per month naturally. 2 years unchecked, 20 to 25 PSI gone. Most donut spares need 60 PSI. Check sidewall, usually 60, some 65. Inflate to 35, close enough? It's half strength, dangerous on the highway. Check spare monthly with mains, 30 seconds, keep gauge in trunk. Remove carpet panel, gauge it, pump to sidewall spec. Saves tow bills and panic. Number 9, trusting gas station gauges and equipment. Those coin-op gauges, dropped, frozen, sun-baked, off 3 to 8 PSI easy. Customer story, comes in, TMS won't go off, gauge says 35. Shop calibrated gauge, 31 PSI, months underinflated. Solution, $15 to $25 digital gauge, glove box. Check current with yours, inflate, recheck with yours. Verify every time, beats trusting junk.